Hi guys, it's Bunny and welcome to today's video. It's a bit of a different video. I'm not reacting to anything. I'm actually sitting here and chit-chatting with my friends. Who else but Wizz and InstantHuman. Chris and Wizz are here with me on Discord. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Wizz
Hi.
Wooza and Instant Chris. Almost saying Krispy Kreme, making him mad.
Okay. Yeah, wrong Chris.
Wrong Chris, different Chris. We are gonna talk about Clash at the Castle. And you guys, there is a lot to talk about. First and foremost, let's start with the location. It's in Scotland. Wiz, you know better than me about this, right?
Right, yeah. So it
The
comes
time.
live to us on June 15th, and it's emanating from the OVO Hydro Arena in Glasgow, Scotland.
Have you ever been there? Because you're from Britain,
I have
right?
not. I'm from Britain. Yeah, I've
But
never
it's so
been to
close to you.
Scotland. Scotland is
Never.
not close. Scotland is up right at the top of the UK.
I mean, if
so-
anyone here, like you have it the closest, let's be honest.
I mean, true. In comparison, yeah. But
Yeah.
no, I've been to Wales. I've been to Wales a few
Okay.
times. But I've never been to Scotland, sadly. No.
Would you like to go?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Scotland is such a beautiful,
Beautiful.
place filled with lots of highlands and mountains. And, you know,
yeah,
it's
the
such
nature.
a beautiful land. Yeah.
I watch I have to mention this. It has nothing to do with WWE, but I have to mention it. I watched the series Outlander. I don't know if you heard about it, and
Yeah.
it was particularly set in Scotland, and there are Scottish guys, and holy moly, like it is so hot. That series is so good, and like talking about hot, Drew McIntyre, the only guy that can pull a skirt and look manly as F on screen.
Yeah, the kilts, the Scottish kilts.
The kilt, yeah.
Yes.
I call it
Yeah.
a skirt. But
Yeah,
it's a
don't
kilt.
call it a skirt. How dare you.
Really? Is that like bad?
Yeah,
Oh, am I gonna get
really
hate?
don't appreciate that.
Oh shit! I was reacting to Raw, and and today I was reacting to Raw, and I said like, "Oh my god, a skirt, a skirt." I'm gonna get a lot of hate.
You know, it's okay because CM Punk will probably call it a skirt as well.
Yeah.
It's
I
fine.
think he did actually. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
he did
yeah.
as a commentator in one of those events. Remember?
Yeah.
What are we gonna start with? Which one should we talk about first? I feel like let's start with the smaller matches, or the like. All of them are big. Like there are 5 matches that are announced
Lots of
that we
good
know
matches.
about. Yeah, but all of them
Yeah.
are big. But we know like which one is the biggest one. However, all the different ones we have. If it's the guys one, we have the Intercontinental Championship between Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. Now, Wiz, you didn't watch Raw, right? You didn't have the time
not-
to check on it.
Not yet, no.
So,
but,
just to recap really quickly, Otis did fight Sami Zayn, and Chad was really mad about the whole thing. Maybe Instant can recap it better because my English isn't the best.
No, you was on the right path. That,
Yeah.
that was basically the short version of it.
But I have
Yeah,
a
what
feeling that Otis is almost there at a breaking point against Chad. Like, he's
Yeah.
almost there to stop listening to him and wake up.
it's been such a great story. This is probably my favorite story in WWE at the moment, honestly. I love those stories of the underdog and the person who's, you know, he's being bullied a little bit. We can all relate to that
Yeah.
bullying kind of feeling, and it's like you feel bad for Otis. You want him to fight back.
Exactly.
You want him to stand on his own 2 feet. And Chad Gable is just being a dick at the moment. So
my
you
God,
want him
I
to
hate
get.
it.
He's so annoying, and
So
it's like he's so
annoying.
mean. He's been really.
He's so
mean to
abusive.
Otis.
Like, he has such an abusive treatment of his Alpha Academy faction. Sorry, I have a voice crack. I'm so tired. Like, and like Zayn keeps failing at waking up Otis and helping him out. But who knows? At this Intercontinental Championship, do you think Otis
Yeah.
is gonna be there?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do you
And I
think
think that
something
will
is
be
gonna
the
happen?
moment. Yeah, I think that's the perfect moment for the Alpha Academy to
I agree.
finally break free of Chad Gable.
I think that's the moment when Sami Zayn wins and they all also wake up and they go against Chad because he was too abusive and too mean. And then we're going to see him fail at the event finally.
And it's a great. I mean, they've been great as a stable together, a great faction. They've done some great things. But it is really at that point now where we do want to see them break off and see, okay, what can you do as singles competitors? You know, Tozawa, you know, a great athletic wrestler. I want to see what more he can do
I've never
character-wise.
seen him. Yeah.
I
He's
haven't
in
seen
the
much of him,
shadows.
but
Yeah.
he's in the shadows a lot. But I'd love to see more of what he can do, and I'm pretty sure he can do amazing things. You know, and it's just been, yeah, it's really great. I want to see, and obviously Chad has been, he's a really good actor. He's really good at portraying that.
Oh, you
Portraying
missed
that
it.
heel.
Otis was about to hit him and he was holding the rope and shaking, like his hand is shaking. Like, honestly, I've never seen him more like scared in my life. I was like, yes, that's what you get. But Otis didn't hit him, and hopefully next time he will finish
And
it.
Otis is great. I mean, Otis is he's an entertainer, and he's such a lovable just
Oh my god,
person.
he's such a cutie, yeah.
Yeah,
Cute
and
doggo.
he's great in the ring as well. He's very athletic for a man his size. So you know, I'm really excited for Otis to finally break free and you know.
We all are gonna
see what he
celebrate
can do
that
as a
moment.
singles competitor. Yeah, it's gonna be
For
amazing.
sure, for sure.
See, I have the opposite of what you guys are saying. So I think that Sammy will lose. I think Otis will still help Chad just one more time
Ooh.
because from a business perspective, if Chad loses this, it kind of kills his whole momentum. So I think they want Chad to be champion to keep the momentum going. And think of it from a story perspective. If Sammy loses, Sammy can afford a loss because everyone loves Sammy anyway, so he can afford a loss. If Otis helps Chad, and then eventually Otis turns on Chad and Sammy and Chad pair up together, I think that would make for a better story in the long run. So I think Chad might win with the help of Otis.
That works too, yeah.
The question
Yeah,
is, I
can
mean,
see
really, when we look at the whole, you know, PLE, how many titles are we going to see change hands?
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
typically within a night.
One or
Typically
two.
within a night, I'd say one or two. Yeah,
Max, yeah.
if you're and that's max. Yeah, again, that's max. So,
So which other one would you predict changing then?
I think it's pretty obvious. I would be very surprised, and I think WWE would be a bit foolish if they didn't have Drew McIntyre win in Scotland.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna touch upon that later.
I was gonna say I disagree with that one too, and we'll talk about it.
All right.
All the men in a kilt are gonna riot. That doesn't happen. But what about undisputed WWE Championship between Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles I Quit type of match? Which, by the way, I was like saying on my Patreon when I was reacting, I was like, oh my god, does that mean AJ Styles is quitting? Because like 1 week before that, he was mentioning and saying stuff like, I want to be with my family. I missed so many opportunities. Does that mean he really wants to like leave the company and this is the perfect opportunity for him to quit? However, some people on my Patreon were correcting me and saying I Quit match, it's a type of match where the only way you finish the match is by saying I quit on the mic. Like there is no disqualification. I don't know like the type exactly, but yeah, basically that's the type of the match, and it doesn't really mean that AJ Styles will quit. But
True. Yeah, I mean it goes both ways, right? I've seen matches where they've had an I Quit match, where they say I quit, they do disappear for a long time, or they do end up, you know, leaving the company.
okay.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, AJ's had an incredible career. When you really look back at it,
Is he though ready to
I
quit?
I don't think he's ready yet, but at the same time, he's been doing this a very long time. And I would just say I wouldn't be surprised if he took a long leave
Break.
of absence, or he started to take a bit of a break and wind down his career a lot.
Yeah.
So I think after we see the match, I think we will see AJ disappear for a little while.
Maybe. Although, like when he said, my son just finished high school, I'm like, is it really the time for you to actually quit and hang out with your son? Because once they finish high school, they're going to university, they're leaving home, you know, like this is perfect time for you to actually do something else. Because like your son is not going to be there, but I don't know how many kids he has. Maybe he has other children that he wants to focus on as well.
I think he does.
Yeah, probably. maybe younger ones. Yeah, he has been amazing. Like, I remember the last time that I really saw him in action, like that was really, really good in my opinion, was with the Undertaker match at the graveyard. And I thought after that, that's it, you know. But seeing him still there, hustling and working hard and like being on top form with his age, I'm like, dude, this guy's
That's the thing.
so respect.
Yeah.
Like, I respect
Yeah.
him so
I mean,
much for that.
I knew nothing about him really until he stepped foot in WWE. And then I went back and found out that he did all this stuff in TNA, and he'd been there since like the early 2000s, and from the startup of that company. And he's worked with everyone from Cody's father. He's worked with Cody's dad.
Man.
He's worked with, you know, people like Sting and everything. He's worked with so many different talents.
And still,
so
when you
it's
see him
huge.
in the ring, he still performs. Like, he doesn't just show up, you know? It's not like, hey, I'm AJ Styles, I'm going to show up and leave.
Right.
Like, no, he really gives it all. Like, it's crazy.
He really cares. I mean, he's even, you know, he's worked with people like, you know, and Jeff Hardy, and he was in the company at that time when Jeff was having a bit of a relapse from his, you know, drug problems, and he had to, you know, and he gave Jeff a bit of a dressing down because of the infamous incident with Jeff, where he came out to the ring inebriated and intoxicated.
I remember that. I reacted to that.
Yeah, such a thing. But that's the thing. Like, he's very, very much respected as AJ. So I think he'll be very dearly missed.
So you think the I Quit match will end up with AJ Styles quitting? Because there's no way you can see Cody saying I quit.
Yeah, I think he'll take a break.
Yeah, he's gonna take a break, a long break. I think he needs to assess. Like, it's again, like, giving up your career is not an overnight decision, right? When you ever decide to stop, it's not a quick decision. He's got to take time to kind of really think it over and decide if this is what he wants to do. He needs to spend time with his family and decide, is this what I want to do now, or is this something I want to do in a little while? So
I mean, AJ Styles is the type of guy, is the type of wrestler who, if he's gonna go out, he's gonna go out in style. And he chose an opponent. He chose the top guy. Like when he chose Undertaker as well, and he told Undertaker, "Hey, let's do this for you as like the last fight for you." Perfect. Who else?
And
me.
Also, yeah, exactly. And Undertaker, chose him as well. That's
he chose him. So Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles choosing Cody Rhodes, the man on top right now in the company, means that he really means it. Like, there will be consequences behind this fight. It's not like just made up fight. So I think that it's gonna end up with AJ Styles quitting, but I hope we will see him back again sometime.
I'm sure we will. Yeah, he'll always be involved in the business in one way or another. And I do hope that this isn't his last in-ring match. I don't think it will be. But again, I think he just needs time to assess what he's going to do regarding the end of his career.
Let him hang out a bit with his family. It's okay.
That's it.
Yeah. Let's go with the Women's Championship. WWE Women's Championship, Bayley versus Piper Niven, and Chelsea in the background screaming. Come on, let's do it. Okay. What do you think is going to happen here?
Sadly for this match, this is the one I least invested in. For some reason, Bayley,
you don't like Bayley. I know you don't like Bayley. You said that the previous time.
She has never clicked with me, not one time. Doesn't matter if she's babyface, heel.
There is something about Bayley.
For me.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind. Like, I honestly have nothing bad to say about her, but also kind of nothing good. Like, it's in between, in the middle. But honestly, I really like Piper Niven, when she's on the mic speaking with her accent, like, I live for that. She's Scottish, right?
She's Scottish, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. How is she gonna lose in Scotland? We can't do that.
So I think she will lose.
Because you don't want many titles changing.
Exactly. I think we're gonna have Drew win, and so Piper will have to sadly lose.
I want her to win.
I think it's gonna be a good match either way. Chelsea's always entertaining.
Oh my god! Do you think Chelsea's gonna cost Piper a loss because of some foolish thing she's gonna do?
Probably.
Because they
I
don't
wouldn't
want
be
they
surprised.
I feel like they don't want in Scotland for Piper to lose fair and square. They
Right.
want to put a blame on something or someone, you know? That's the only
Yeah.
way you don't make the audience really riot. So I feel like putting Chelsea there in the middle would be perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chelsea
Yeah,
could
that
do
makes more
something to cause a DQ where
Exactly.
Piper would technically win, but she wouldn't get the title because it was DQ.
Something like that. Yeah, basically. I would agree.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say, like with Bailey, you know, with her, you know, she's been in the company a while now. She's worked really hard. There's no doubt about that. She's done some great things. But for me, at the moment, she's just kind of a bit stale and a little bit bland. I'm looking for something more from Bailey right now, and that's kind of where she's kind of sitting with a lot of us, I think. But you know,
I've been
she's
looking
still...
for that this whole time, brother.
I mean, to be honest with you, like right now, if there is any woman, in my opinion, that is holding a really good storyline and keeping with it, would be Liv Morgan with her
Yep.
revenge
Oh,
tour. Like, that's the only thing that I can see and keep up with. I feel like they are really missing the mark on these other female wrestlers, not giving them an actual story, an actual history. The man left the company. Rhea left as well. So these girls that did hold some type of history and a storyline, they are on a break right now. They're gone right now. So we need a new thing that is going on besides like, I'm gonna destroy you, I want to win you, and I want to take a title. Like, we need to know why this title is on the line. Like, why is it so important for you to get it? We need that story, and we don't have that story with anyone right now,
Right.
except Liv
No.
Morgan.
Liv, yeah, the whole thing with Liv and Dominic, I think that's gonna...
Oh, that's
gonna...
amazing. That's such a good story.
It's such a good story at the moment, and I just can't wait to see the moment where Rhea
Rhea comes
returns and
back.
just goes crazy.
Yeah, she's
Gonna
gonna
go
go
absolutely
ballistic.
nuts.
Oh, we're
Go
gonna talk
absolutely
about that
crazy.
another time for sure.
Oh yeah.
You guys, if you're
Yeah.
watching this and you have any comment or anything about that, any Q&A that we can feature you as well, leave it in the comment section down below. All right, how about the last... So no, we actually have a tag team championship, the women's one. WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill versus Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I can't. These names in one breath. Whew. So many
Yeah,
women in the
so-
ring.
Yeah, Belair Cargill and
My
Baszler,
girl,
Stark,
Cargill. I
and,
love her so much.
Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Yeah, I mean, you know, some great names in there. I
Mm-hmm.
think that at the moment, you know, Belair and Cargill have really been on a tear through the company and you know, doing really well. I
They're
think
not
a
gonna
lot of
lose this.
fans-
No,
Yeah, I
they're
don't-
I
I
do
don't
not
think
see
so.
them losing this. My girl
No,
is
I
not
don't
losing this.
Yeah, I don't
No.
think they're losing it. I think they're too hot right now. They're
Yeah.
too likable right now.
Oh,
Doing
if you
lots
only
of,
saw what they were wearing on Raw, just
Oh, I think I did
backstage.
see. Yeah, I saw it.
Ugh. And like
that.
Bianca
So good.
changed her hair color as well. Okay, it's not a topic I talk with guys about, but I would definitely be talking about
look
these
so
things
hot.
with girls. So hot.
I'll talk about them with you. They're super fucking hot to me, so I can
Yeah.
talk about them all day with you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
no, they're-
people
they're-
don't want to hear
they're-
that though.
They're killing it. I mean, it's great to see. You know, Jade has obviously come into the company, been paired up with Bianca.
Perfect.
Yeah, great.
Although,
duo, right?
although
Two-
the
two
intro is a
powerhouse
bit
girls.
weird because every
Right.
time Jade goes
So
in,
I'm-
it's so
It's such a-
serious. She's like standing like a
So-
sculpture, like Wonder Woman there, and then
Right.
Bianca comes, woohoo, let's go.
So I'm a little bit confused about that
Complete
because I'm like, where are they?
difference.
I'm like confused. Like, where are they gonna go with that in the future? Are they gonna end up having their own tag team entrance?
They should,
together?
right? Because every other
Right.
tag team have their own song together.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's difficult because everybody, like, there are people that love Bianca's entrance and that I love Jade's entrance because I love the electric guitar theme in the
Yeah,
beginning,
yeah.
how epic it is. I love that.
It
theme,
really
so-
gets me at like the immersion. I see her and like I'm
Right.
in a serious mode, and then Bianca, woohoo, let's go.
And then she
I'm like,
comes out
wait,
with her hair. Yeah.
yeah. And then and you see Jade, she's not the kind of dancer that Bianca is, but she's like moving her hand with this one move that they do together. I'm like, that's all she's gonna give you, you know. That's the sassiness, that's all she's giving you, and that's it.
Yeah.
And they always
Yeah,
like
that's
put
why-
on attention, like the attention on Bianca at the entrance with
That's
her
why I think
squats.
kind of,
and
I
twerks.
think probably, I mean, I'm just predicting, but like, I think Jade would prefer if they came out together and have more of an epic
Yeah.
entrance sort of together.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe
Epic
we'll
is
get
good, but also maybe like having something like Bianca's as well to rile up the crowd is also good. So
Right.
I don't know, because they're similar but they're different, these two girls, you know? Like they're both really strong, but one is like extra serious, the other one is like party girl. Like I don't know how to explain it, but she's
Well, to me, it's like Bianca is more of like a kid-friendly version where she's
Yeah.
like really
Yeah.
bubbly and
Yeah.
happy-go-lucky.
yeah.
Yeah.
But somehow they work well together. Really good in the
Yeah.
ring.
Oh yeah.
All right.
They're both powerhouses. Yeah.
And the final and the most important match that we are going to mention today, before moving on to any predictions or anything going on, is the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I already hear his intro in the background.
It's this is the Scottish conquest, which we've obviously been waiting for since Mania, right? For Drew, sort of got screwed over at Mania, and even his
But it's
even
his
family.
fault, man, a lot of times.
So I
He
think
just
it's-
gets distracted
obviously,
easily.
I don't know whether his family were in on it or what, but they'd at Mania when they found out that Drew got screwed over, they left the building and then they posted
Really?
a picture on social media of them flipping off the building and saying we're not staying after that.
No way! That's cool.
So yeah, I don't know if that was a work, but yeah. Yeah, at the end of the day, I think this is the perfect opportunity for Drew to reclaim his prize, as it were. Damien's he deserved that small run as champion.
To be honest, he was longer than I expected. A
right.
champion.
Yeah, same.
Because
oh,
a lot
yeah,
of times
so-
when
yeah.
they cash the Money in the Bank, like they lose the title really quickly after. This time, like he really retained the title for really long.
Yeah, he's had a nice little run with it. I think he's enjoyed it, and he's looked great with it. And it's really given him that confidence boost, which I love. Seeing him more on the mic, seeing him take more of a leadership role in the company. So, it's been fun. But I think, Drew does deserve it as well. He's been working really hard for so many years. We can't deny that. So I think it's time Drew gets his prize. I do think at the end of the match, however, as everybody's celebrating, we're going to hear CM Punk's music. CM Punk will come out and just stand. He's just going to be at the top of the ramp, at the top of the entranceway, and he's just going to stand there, and he's going to stand there just clapping at Drew, just clapping,
Yeah.
and smiling.
And then Drew will be
And
looking
just,
at him.
yeah,
you know?
just teasing him, right?
Yeah.
Just baiting him,
Because
making
that's
him
what we
mad.
expect. Like I personally,
Right.
this is the storyline that I see looking forward. Drew McIntyre winning the title and then CM Punk coming back into the company and fighting for the championship
Yeah.
against Drew.
Yeah.
Like what else? What else? Who's the next opponent for Drew McIntyre? It has to be CM Punk.
It is CM Punk. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're at that point now where Punk is more or less. I don't want to say cleared because we don't know the status on that, but I think he's been in. He's been working out. He's been hopefully he's been in the ring training. So, his arm's feeling good. I did hear him say in a couple of interviews that his arm is healing faster than they expected. So that's really great news. So I think we're gonna see McIntyre and Punk sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
I have a completely different take than you guys. So I think
okay.
that
I love that.
CM Punk will interfere during the match and cost Drew his title again.
Exactly what I wanted to say. Because
For me,
Yeah.
so with Rhea out of commission right now, it benefits Judgment Day for Damian to still have the title, so that we still have eyes on them for that, and then we still have the Dom and Liv story going on. So Judgment Day still kind of in the spotlight. Drew and CM Punk doesn't need a title to be on the line. Everybody is going to watch that match. It doesn't matter.
True.
Hell, CM Punk could come back and fight a Shadow at this point. Like, people's going to watch it. So I don't think there needs to be a title on the line. for the Drew CM Punk.
Could be
But
a possibility.
Do you not think that? Yeah, I mean, but then again, from a business standpoint, how do you deal with a arena full of angry Scotsmen?
Oh, you don't want that.
But
A lot of times they
he's
win
lost
where
before,
they
though. But
in
he's lost
Scotland?
before. I'm pretty sure, right?
I mean, if
Didn't
he lost
lose,
before, maybe now
previously
it's time
at
for him
Clash
to
of the
win.
Castle?
If he
Yeah,
already
that
lost.
was-
That was when Clash of the Castle was in Wales, though, so it's nice.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that wasn't his home.
Yeah, no.
That makes a
Yeah.
difference then.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
yeah.
touching upon what Instant just said, I did make a post asking my audience about the event and if they have any questions. And one of them was by Rocky in the building, and he said, "Will CM Punk ruin Drew McIntyre's chance to be a world champion, or help him and challenge him at SummerSlam?" I don't think he will help him in any kind of way.
Yeah, help.
Help
No,
not,
I
is
don't
not
see
the right
helping.
word for CM
No.
Punk versus Drew. But
I'm-
ruining his chances is a possibility.
Yeah, I think that, I think when Punk re-signed, we obviously don't know what was in the contract. We don't know the money disclosed. We don't know the terms of the contract. But probably somewhere in the contract was that he would get a world title shot. So I think they'll hope. I hope they will wrestle each other at SummerSlam for the championship.
I would love
but
to see that
it could go
too.
either way.
Although, if Drew loses, the only way acceptable for him to lose is if CM Punk ruins it for him.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we have that
sure.
outcome that Instant is saying, that is the only way. Fair and square losing against Damien, even with the intervention of the Judgment Day, is still not enough for him to lose in Scotland.
If you remember on Raw, he beat Finn Balor so that Judgment Day wouldn't be able to interfere in the match.
Oh, did he beat him? Yeah, he did,
Yeah.
and then he looked at Damien and like one-on-one. Yeah,
Yeah,
true,
so
true.
Judgment Day can't interfere in the
But
match.
are they
now.
gonna listen
Yep.
to the?
They have to.
Are they following rules?
Yeah, they have to. They have to.
They
follow
have
that
to.
rule.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, even look in the past at how mad Damien got early on when he was champion and they was interfering. He was
Right.
like, I want to do it myself. So I think
Yeah,
that
he's-
it would really piss him off if they interfered.
Dude, HOV asked, how bad do you think the meltdown will be if Punk screws Drew over? Oh my god, all these angry Scots in kettles. Are they called kettles or what? Kettles, right?
Kilts.
Kills.
Kill-
Not a kettle, that's,
Kettles?
that's see English be like, not my main language. In kills, oh my goodness. Nah.
Yeah.
Either he wins or he really gets screwed over by CM Punk and no one else.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
It's going to be an entertaining match for sure.
Oh, I can wait.
I
I'm
think-
gonna be
I think
reacting to it on my
If
channel.
he gets screwed over, he's gonna pull the biggest tantrum I think we've ever seen by a
Yeah.
wrestler.
Yeah.
Christian, when he was in WWE, he had a phase where he was having tantrums after his matches.
Like
and
a
they
baby.
were great.
Cry
Yeah,
baby.
like a baby, literally, and he would like roll in the ring and like cry and all this like, stuff,
The hell.
And everyone made fun of that. But it's gonna be a very entertaining match to see what happens here.
I mean, okay, if Drew loses, then Piper needs to win. There we go. We got it.
True.
One of them
That would
has
work
to
for
win.
me.
Yeah, that.
We'll
works for
know.
me.
We'll know. Yeah, we'll know by if Piper wins or not what the outcome's gonna be. I guess.
Right.
Oh yeah. If Piper loses, Drew winning. All right, guys. And I
Yeah.
think Piper event is gonna be before Drew because he's the main event. So yeah, if she wins, then Drew is losing. There you go. What about 2024 WWE Clash at the Castle predictions? I do have an article with some predictions out there. There's like 5 prediction matches. The first one that they predicted is United States Championship, Logan Paul versus LA Knight versus Carmelo Hayes, which we already saw like them mentioning it, talking about it, but Logan Paul was like, you are not worth it, LA Knight. Like, give me a worthy opponent. So I don't know if it's gonna happen because he's playing Tetris, I guess, like right now. So.
Yeah.
I think if we, again, we're so close now to Clash of the Castle. maybe we will get it. I think we could maybe get it. If they haven't announced it yet, then maybe they'll announce it on SmackDown in Scotland. But that's like literally like the next night is like what is it the next night? Or it's like
it's Friday and then Monday, Friday and then Saturday.
So that's a bit close. So yeah, I'm not sure how much notice they need to announce all the matches.
I mean, they want to keep some surprises. So if one of those matches would happen, I would say that's a possibility. But also they did mention Ilya Dragunov versus Ricochet versus Braun Breaker, which is also a big possibility because of what happened in Raw, which you didn't see. But Ricochet is kind of like really injured right now. So I don't see him in 1 week going to Scotland and fighting. But so Ilya and Ricochet versus Braun Breaker, I don't think that's happening. But maybe Ilya and Braun Breaker going at it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We obviously all heard the rumors and the reports that obviously Ricochet's contract is coming up and that he will not be apparently re-signing with WWE.
But when is that coming up? Do you know?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it now, the actual date.
Maybe he still is under contract.
Summer is the best that I could find. It was just this summer of
There's
this
still
year.
time, There's still time.
Yeah,
I'm just hoping that when Samantha got left to get in the ambulance, that wasn't foreshadowing.
Oh my God! That's what I reacted. You will see on Patreon. I literally was in tears, and then when she was crying and she said, "I want to go with him," I was like, is she talking about going with him into the ambulance, into the hospital, or is she talking about leaving the company? Because at the end, nobody was announcing Drew McIntyre, literally, and Damien Priest. The commentator had to announce them. So, like, that is kind of like you left your whole job there. You know, it's your obligation to be there, and you just gave 0 Fs and you went with your fiance. So, I don't know. Foreshadowing.
Yeah,
maybe?
I mean, it was a great way to write him off TV. I think for the moment.
They should end there with him, right? Like that's what we know last about him. Like what else can he give us? That's it. That question mark. So we have an opportunity to see him back again sometime.
Yeah.
Recovered.
Yeah, hopefully in the future. Yeah.
I bet CM Punk wasn't happy with how he got injured though. So I don't know if you're aware of that, Bunny. So did you ever hear about the backstage fight that CM Punk had when he was at AEW?
No.
Oh yeah.
So if you watch the Raw clip, to me it looked like that was a real windshield that Ricochet went through when Braun Breaker slammed him. Yeah. So there was a whole thing in AEW where there was a wrestler. I want to say Jack Perry, maybe. I don't watch
Perry,
AEW, so
Jungle,
sorry for anybody that watches. I don't know. So. There was supposed to be a spot where they wanted to slam a guy through a windshield, and they didn't want to use real glass. And CM Punk went to him and told him, like, hey, don't use real glass. It could be dangerous. Yeah. Well, then during the match, Perry they had it already set up where he was going to slam him through real glass. And Perry looked in the camera and said, try me a river, and slammed him through the real glass. And then backstage, CM Punk went off and actually got him in a headlock and choked him out because he was so
they had a
pissed off.
proper fight. They had a proper fight. They'd been building between them two for a while. They weren't happy with each other, and obviously Jack Perry went out of his way to antagonize Punk. And obviously, he looked into camera and said, "Real glass, cry me a river."
So mean.
Yeah, there's a little bit of stuff happening there. And then obviously the CCTV camera footage was released by AEW themselves.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that. I saw a bit of that, in the background. Like really muddy footages, like not like a bit shaky and stuff.
Not clear. And then that was a all-in in London at Wembley Arena. So that happened. And then that's where Punk turned to Tony Khan and was like, this place is a joke, I'm done, you can stick it, I'm leaving.
CM Punk is a real talker. He's such a drama queen.
He's right to the point. He's direct to the point, he doesn't mess around.
He's so honest, brutally. Yeah.
Brutally honest.
But that's why he's so entertaining too. Because like he will be honest and he will tell you everything. Like he doesn't care for the consequences. Such a true man. The next fight that people are predicting is Solo Sikoa versus Kevin Owens. That's a possibility I can see.
Yeah, what do you think, Chris, about that one?
I think if it was to happen, it'd be a 6-man tag team with the Bloodline and
Oh, who was joining? Street Fighters? No.
Street Profits.
Street Profits, sorry.
Ryu and King comes out.
Yeah, Canada.
Street Street Profit. Oh man, I can't. There's so many. I'm trying my best. Yeah, he was with the Street Profit, so I would see that as six-man tag.
Yeah.
Champ.
Oh, by the way, Montez Ford, one of the Street Profits, he's I don't know if they're engaged or married, but he's with Bianca Belair in real life.
Oh yeah, I know that. I think
Okay.
Wiz told me that. I'm not sure.
No.
Someone did. Someone did.
Someone told you that, and I told you about Ricochet and Samantha.
And Samantha, yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
How about Sheamus? I always mess up his name. It's not Sheamus. It's Sheamus. Sheamus versus...
No, it's Sheamus.
It's Sheamus.
Shame. Okay, shame. Like shame.
Sheamus.
Shame on us.
Yep.
Sheamus. Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser.
Ludwig Kaiser.
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 Deutsch. Or maybe
Deutsch.
Austrian, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of
Yeah,
those.
so Ludwig's been really, obviously now that they've gotten rid of what was the other guy's name? What was his name? Da Vinci? Da Vinci? Giovanni?
Leonardo da Vinci?
Yep.
The other guy that was Imperium. I don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
That third guy.
that one guy.
yeah,
Next to
so
Gunther
since
on the
they
left
turned-
side.
Yeah, that one, yeah. So since they sort of kicked him out of Imperium, Ludwig has also now been forced to be more of a singles competitor. So
Yeah.
this is actually really good. It's actually given him a lot of confidence, and he's kind of like, it's forced him to do a lot more promo work and a lot more sort of going after individual
I like that
targets
too,
like
yeah.
Sheamus.
Mhm.
Obviously, it's great that Sheamus is back in the company after a long leave. He's still obviously struggling a little bit with his body, which people have been
Dude, I
pointing
hate
out.
the shaming.
Which is
Stop
yeah, I know,
shaming
it's-
Sheamus, guys.
I know it's so
So
bad. No, honestly,
mean.
it's so bad. Like, you should never be shaming someone for.
But
who's
also,
just been...
women have been shamed for their body all the time. Maybe, like, now you can see how hurtful it is from a man's perspective as well, you know? So just say it's never all right. It really never, it's never all right.
He'd already explained that he was called back up to the main roster quicker than he anticipated, so he
Yeah.
didn't have the time to prepare
He
physically.
can lose
for it.
weight easy, you guys.
Right.
It just takes time.
So, yeah,
Like,
just takes a bit of time.
shaming someone because of that, and like, it's gonna happen. And I hate that he had to one time even address it and say, I don't know if it was against Drew McIntyre or something, like, I can
think
lose weight, but you can't lose stupid.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, yeah. That's exactly
I
what
love
he said,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. I love that
Yeah.
so much for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least he got. But do you think he will win?
I think Sheamus would win. Yeah, I think he's
He's
still the
Irish, right?
lovable- He's Irish, yeah. He's the still
Yeah.
What's the
lovable
okay?
Irishman.
As a Brit, what is the? I know this may be a bit more political, whatever. But Irish and Scots, do they
Yeah.
like each other? Hate each other? How is it their relations? Do you know
I
anything
don't
about
even,
it?
Actually, I don't really know a lot about that. No, I know that.
And Scots and Brits?
well,
today?
Scots and Brits. Well, Scots and Brits had a war, didn't they?
History?
Hundreds of years ago.
We,
Wasn't that
history, yeah, but now
But now I can't talk on behalf of all Brits, but yeah, I think we get on. I think we get on all right.
yeah,
you know?
I hope so. Yeah,
as
I
we
hope
all
so.
should.
I
The-
mean,
the
you will
whole
be
of
happy
the-
when Drew wins, right?
Yeah.
There
yeah,
you go.
for sure.
What do you need more?
If Drew wins,
Exactly.
That's yeah.
Drew wins.
Yeah. I'm
If
happy
Drew
for-
wins, look
I'm
at
happy for
Instant.
that. I mean, there's a very selective few, British talents,
There's
Scottish
always.
talents, and Irish
Yeah.
talents. So
Yeah.
It's great that we have those guys representing the United Kingdom as a whole in WWE.
True. True.
So yeah,
I'm sure they want
gonna be looking forward to
Sheamus
that.
to win more than Ludwig.
Yeah.
If this match was in Europe, in Germany or Austria, then of course people would be like for Ludwig Kaiser to win.
Right.
So from that stand, that's how I look at it. Like, give the audience what they want. They paid for these tickets. They want to go out happy. They need to get these wins, you know. So some losses, some wins, but you have to like compromise and have a balance there.
Yeah.
The last match that is predicted, which is the weirdest one in my opinion, Gunther versus Randy Orton.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that weird. I think it would just be to prove that Gunther won fair because the whole controversy
The
about
shoulder
controversy.
thing. Yep,
shoulders.
here
Yeah.
we go back.
So,
again.
so what, I mean, that was a botch on the worst level. So that backslide that they did. So the backslide
Ouch.
pin is a very, it's not a difficult. It's a difficult move to kind of because you have to balance yourself. So when you do the backslide, you have to balance yourself so that you land, and so that your both shoulders are touching the mat. Unfortunately, Randy landed at an angle so that
But
one
also
of the
Randy's
shoulders
big.
was still up.
It's hard to.
Huh?
He's big.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. His shoulders
Yeah.
are
He's a
really
big guy,
wide.
that's the thing.
It
And
would be
when
so
you've been in
difficult to have both shoulders on the ground
Exactly.
without him flipping over and turning the other guy as well. You know?
Exactly. But these are moves that, they all learn early in the career. But when you've been out there for 30 minutes and you've been wrestling already for 30 minutes, and then you've got to do this kind of a precision move there with a backslide and land with your shoulders on the mat. Unfortunately, Randy just landed at an awkward angle, and the referee still had to count the 3 because that was the finish. Regardless, that was the finish that was planned. But unfortunately, all the fans then pointed it out that, hey, that was a botch. The shoulder was up, and so
Yeah.
Triple H and the managers had. That's a thing now with today's wrestling, is that everybody's got a phone. Everybody's going to pick up every little mistake you make in the ring, and they will call you out for it.
And you have to immediately react,
You immediately
fix the
react
damage
to it.
before
So
it gets worse.
You can tell when they had the interview with Triple H after the event, and he was saying about it. He looked a little bit. I won't say embarrassed. He looked a bit, not happy with it, obviously, because that's not the finish. That's not the finish he wanted, right? That's not the. Obviously, you don't want a botch in your match, right? If you're putting a match together as
You're
management,
paying these people, they're professionals.
paying
You expect
them,
as the boss to get everything right, like.
Right, but well, not even that. I think Triple H he knows accidents happen. He's done it himself, so I'm sure he's cool with them. He's fine with it.
But I feel like he still feels like the person who needs to prove himself to the audience. I don't think that
he had to address it. He still had to address the.
He's an amazing boss. I love everything that he's doing. Of course, he's going to be making mistakes in the future as well. But right now, he's really taking credibility, and he's really replying to the audience and to the comments and the backlash. And immediately, he went out there and said what he has to say and did the right thing, the right move. He didn't ignore it like a lot of bosses in companies and stuff and make it even worse. He could have, because he could have gotten a lot more attention. People would be like talking about it more. It would be in the news for longer. But he didn't want to do that. He really wanted he really cares about the audience. So he wanted us to know that he saw it, he acknowledged it, and we're going to move forward to fix that. Although I feel like even though the match happened the way it happened, it was supposed to be like Randy Orton was supposed to lose that match either way.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So the outcome would not have changed, in my opinion.
No, it wouldn't have changed.
Yeah,
It was unfortunate the way it ended. But yeah.
So even if we get this match,
it's just gonna be Gunther winning clean
again.
Yeah.
If we get this match, Gunther is winning again.
Yeah, again, it's awfully close. It's the event's awfully close. Maybe it'll be a spontaneous thing on the night. But at the same time, it's like, we're kind of getting closer, and they haven't mentioned it, so we might get it at SummerSlam.
See,
Yeah.
I would love it more in SummerSlam. I would love for them to like use this. I would love for Randy Orton to go on the mic and talk about it. And then Gunther talking back to him and like
Yeah.
having this story build up. Like use the opportunity. You have a perfect
Yeah.
excuse to use this opportunity to have them on the show as much as possible, talking about it, trash talk each other before an actual match. Having this match now would be just an excuse. It would be just, hey, let's get over with it, you know? Randy Orton and Gunther deserve better. They're not something you just get over with, you know? Like, they can be a main thing as well. I love them both so much.
Yeah, they're both amazing.
Yeah. Anything else to add?
No, I think that, I think at the end of the day, from this prediction list, we might get one or two of them happen, but we'll see what happens on SmackDown, right? That's the last event before.
Yeah.
So, and that'll be emanating from Scotland as well. So,
yeah.
it's gonna be a good SmackDown. We'll see if any more matches are announced, but for the moment, we do have the 5 big ones. So, yeah, it's gonna be a really good event. Actually, I'm quite looking forward to a lot of these matches. And yeah, we'll see who comes out on top as new champions.
Yeah.
During the event.
Yeah. In my opinion, this has been the hardest PLE recently to really kind of decide who I think is going to win story-wise. The other ones to me was like pretty cut and dry. This one there's just so many different variables
That's
of what could
nice.
happen during the match. Yeah, definitely a nice change of pace.
Nice. And also, like, them winning doesn't mean it's an end. It's just the beginning of another storyline, and it's a continuation of maybe another storyline. So I don't care. For me, I think no matter who wins, no matter what happens, I still am going to enjoy the Clash of the Castle event itself. Rox Revenhart on one of my posts commented, "Love Damien getting the title, but Drew needs this one. Damien needs to chase it again." I mean, the way Damien won the title was easy, and he didn't really prove himself. He did prove himself after with retaining the title over and over, but chasing it would be a nice change of pace for Damien. I haven't seen that happen. And I do agree that Drew needs this one, maybe now, or maybe later, but eventually he needs the championship. He deserves it for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I think he'll get it in time, but I'm still fingers crossed. I hope that CM Punk interferes and cost him the match.
I'm sorry, I was coughing. I would like that to, if he loses, that's the only way. I don't see anything else except that way. But that is it, guys. Thank you so much for chit-chatting with me about the event. You guys who are watching, if you have any Q&A, anything to ask me about the event that we can answer on the live event when we are on my channel, Bunnymon channel live. I don't know if this is going to be on YouTube or on Patreon, probably on YouTube, because I have a couple of podcasts on Patreon and I just wanted to change it a bit and maybe have more people watch it on my YouTube channel and have a bit more community there. And also to let you know that I will be live on my Bunnymon channel the day of the event. I don't know what time it is for me because I live in Germany. I think it's gonna be like around 7 p.m. my time, if it's 8 p.m. in Scotland, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's definitely around that time. Yeah. From what I've seen so far, it says it's at noon ET. But yeah, I will definitely double check that time.
Yeah.
And
okay, but I will be live and I will be reacting to it. Although the version with the audio and the video, like the music and everything, is going to be on my Patreon, patreon.com/supportbunny. I will leave a link in the description down below. Thank you guys so much, InstantHuman, and who else but Wizzy Wajwuja. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed it.
You for having me.
Thank you so much. See you guys. Bye. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. And they're like, whatever. Bye.